Ministry of Interior is important and could help safeguard the security of the country. Mobile phone owners have been visiting centers to register their phones in order to avoid disconnection. We have details in this report.
Giving out personal details for cell phone contracts in DR Congo has left residents a bit confused. On paper, their names and addresses have been requested for the past 4 years, but the measure was never put into practice. But now comes the reminder, a strong reminder, from the Interior Minister and his colleague at the Postal and Telecommunications Service. This is forcing cell phone providers to follow up.
The UN Arab League emissary to war-torn Syria says only a transitional government with full powers can restore Syria back to a peace path. Dr. Brahimi was speaking during a visit to the Egyptian capital, Cairo. Despite efforts at finding a peaceful settlement to the violence, government forces have intensified their siege of the contested city of Homs. Details in this report.
The entire international community. His plan is reportedly based on the declaration in Geneva from this past June 30th. It calls for a transition government with full powers, but it remains vague about the future of strongman Bashar al-Assad. With no political solution, it will be hell in Syria. The situation in Syria is very bad, very, very bad, and the distance between parties is growing. But most Syrians are already existing in a living hell, as these images broadcast on internet demonstrate. They were filmed shortly after an aerial bombardment in the Al-Ghouta suburb of Damascus. In the city of Homs, besieged by the Assad regime army for the past 6 months, his forces took the Dir Balbe district on Saturday. They appeared determined to kick the rebel fighters out of the city, one of the first to rise up against the regime. Every day, more than 100 Syrians are being killed in the fighting. President Assad is not showing any signs of wanting to leave office.
Time now for the weather report, courtesy of the Central Forecast Office.
The source assures us of a continuous flow, and from there, everything follows. And for those of us who know what the River Gambia stands for, understanding its sustainability in all aspects of life is easily confirmed. The River Gambia provides nutritious delicacies as food, while it provides its wildlife a balanced ecosystem. This river, as a sanctuary, is committed to its inhabitants' needs without season. And as you travel along, all these values are replicated in one company, Elton, just like the River Gambia, leads in its commitment to values that matter most. Elton, championing the vision for a new generation.
Good evening and welcome to the weather segment, beginning with a summary of the weather during the day today, followed by our forecast. It was relatively windy, dry and warm during the day today. For what next, let's start with a look at the satellite image captured at 16:30 hours, indicating the emergence of medium-level clouds mainly over the southern part of the continent. Elsewhere over Africa was generally dry and stable during the period. For our forecast tonight, as we usher in the new year, it will be cool, dry, slightly hazy and intermittently breezy. We certainly require heavier clothing for our outdoor festivities. 2013 will begin with a warm, dry afternoon. It will also be slightly hazy and occasionally breezy. We are expecting a moderate to strong northwesterly breeze to dominate the wind flow across the country, and morning temperature values will be 16 degrees Celsius over Banjul. We are expecting 14 degrees Celsius over Yundum and Sibanor. Kerewan will record 15 degrees Celsius. The rest of the country will be either 14 or 13 degrees Celsius tomorrow morning. Top temperatures will be 30 degrees Celsius over Banjul, also over Kerewan and Sibanor. We are expecting 29 degrees Celsius over Yundum and Genoy. The rest of the country will be either 30 or 31 degrees Celsius tomorrow afternoon. We are expecting low tides of 0.33 meters at 12 minutes past 6 in the morning and 0.33 meters at 11 minutes past 6 in the evening. The only high tide we'll be expecting tomorrow will be of 1.45 meters at 10 minutes past 12 a.m. The sun will rise at 28 minutes past 7 o'clock and will set at 13 minutes to 1900 hours. We thank you very much for your attention and wishing everybody a very happy and prosperous 2013. Good night.
And before we end this edition of the news, let's look once again at our headlines. President Jammeh has appointed Mustafa Charles Camara Minister of Presidential Affairs. Christian leaders have called for stock-taking and the preservation of cultural values. This as the year 2012 fades away. President Francois Bozize of the Central African Republic has offered to hold unconditional peace talks with rebels seeking to topple his government. And the UN Arab League emissary to Syria has proposed the formation of a transitional government with full powers to stop bloodletting. That brings us to the end of this edition of the news. Thanks for watching and Happy New Year in advance to all our viewers.